It's Lane. We are doing some footage capture for my paper. And this is the first encounter with Darkspawn. Darkspawn are big. Well, there's many different varieties of them. These are the basic drones of them. They are manifestations of this metaphysical concept of blight, which is the environmental pollution that exists in both the physical and dream worlds.
I never would have believed it. Until today.
Another one of those resonance amplifiers.
Get ready. Once I shut it down, the path ahead will remain blocked until the magic dissipates.
Got your back.
Sure thing.
Going through the tutorial, gotta manipulate items in the environments, which is that is how this story works. It is kind of trite, and it's an arena situation. I'm stuck in this situation until I fight off the bad guys. Bad people. Monsters. I want to use gender language. About, fictitious, fantastic, corrupt enemies. That's not specific to any gender. Guys are so small fry, and even on the low difficult setting that I have, they're not interesting. They're just spongy to varying degrees. They soak up hits.
Something was different about them.
Yeah, they have different designs in parts 1 through 3.
Get out of this bubble.
Right. Let's get to that central temple.
I mean, to be fair, I think given the greater resolution that and processing power that PS5 and the whatever the Xbox model is these days and PCs have, yeah, you don't want to be content with the past models. There's more detail. Oh god, I forgot about these turret sequences. These are a bane to gaming in general. I just don't care for them at all. Except the turrets, these are ballistae. Hey, get out there! Thanks for contributing to the fight. I wonder if this is something mandated by Electronic Arts, because they mandated stuff like this in the original, what was it? Mass Effect 3. There were turret sequences. And BioWare has relied on them for a slight twist in the action sequences, but when you're tired cliche, that's an alternative to another tired cliche.
And another resonance
It's not really worth it.
amplifier.
Should be the last one, I hope. Me too.
Oh, look. 3 enemies standing perfectly still. I can't interact with them until I start the sequence.
We're close. I can feel it.
Yeah, so that green bar in the corner, for those of you who don't play video games and are not familiar with the typical parlance of it,
Something about the blight? Where it is?
that's my health meter.
It's almost like it's feeding off the elven magic.
Yes, this stuff is blight. And when it's glowy, I can interact with it.
think it is, then the alignment means we're here. This is it. This is where it was kept.
Where what was kept?
The archive spirit, or as the ancient elves called it, the Nodus Durthalin. It means the inevitability of knowledge.
What does that mean?
I don't know, actually. The notes were never very clear on that. I plan to find out.
Okay, this one has a name title to it. That's a pretty good indicator that this is a boss fight, something that makes things a little more challenging. And this boss has support from smaller mage and possibly melee agents, which create a more complicated combat environment. And sneaking guys onto the battlefield to back you up. That is Sun Tzu type tactic stuff. I mean, it's not complicated tactics, but large equipments indicate that it is
Let's go find one.
equipment that matters. Numbers go up. General policy of RPGs. Numbers go up. That's good. You want to be able to have more health, inflict more damage, be able to take more hits, and so forth. There's not a lot of reinventing the wheel with this game. Okay. I need 2 of these. So I've got, I believe it was quite a few rooms back. There was one of those magical drone projection things that I needed to access. So I really have to go all the way back here.
There has to be another one of those power crystals around here somewhere.
Wow, power crystals. No fancy Elvish or ancient name for it. Just power crystals. Sure, why not? If I do sound a little cynical, I mean, I have played this game before to completion, so yeah, I might be a little cynical at times. Alright, I feel like I have probably backtracked a little too far. What I'm looking for has to be somewhere around here. Now, I can jump off the ledge, but the game just puts me right back where I fell. Which I think is, without punishment, I think that's okay because the mechanics of moving around and traversing are not always the cleanest. So, I'm glad they keep it simple. Where is this crystal? The game does give you random spawns of gear and gold. Once I get to a major hub, you will see how gold is used, and it is used exactly as you think. It's just money, or nothing particularly unconventional about it. Oh, is this the... I had to use force to get access to this area, so it's probably somewhere around here. Here is a backtracking thing. We've got a chest. We've got the crafting material. And still looking for this power crystal. Is this Am I being stupid? Is it in the room on the other side and I just didn't look that closely? Because if that's the case, well, I'm gonna have egg on my face. Kind of embarrassing. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is a very simple puzzle with a simple solution. So use the crystals for a separate door. Open that door. I get access to the other crystal. Bring that out, and then reposition the first one, and then Bob's your uncle. Here we go.
Another ballista. I bet we could use it to break through that wall.
We have now created a hole in the wall, which allows us to traverse further. But I will need this crystal back. Was I able to see another crystal in the next room? Yes. Well, maybe there's another way to get to it. Or I literally could just walk around and pay attention to my surroundings. My God. Look. I haven't played any games for weeks. Except Baldur's Gate 3. Which is a very different game than this.
Is the Nodus Derthalin. I have so many questions for it.
How do you ask it questions?
It's an archive spirit. You'll see.
Get used to a lot of me going to the pause menu instead of hitting a different button. Because I do make mistakes periodically. I mean, everyone does.
Okay, here it is. The Nodus Derthalin.
So we take it and we're good, right? We can head back?
Oh, I wish. No, it's a lot trickier than that.
Right. Because darkspawn, demons, and animated suits of armor aren't tricky enough.
What do you mean by tricky, exactly?
If I remove the artifact the way I'd usually do it, it'll explode and take out half of Arlathan with it. Good news is, I think I can shunt the energy somewhere else. Okay, here we go. The way the magic is pulsing, I've never seen this before. It's almost like it's breathing.
I can do voice chat on Discord, zero problem with that. Do you need an interview? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I got distracted there. Friend texting me. Yep, so that red circle That red circle on the ground indicates that where I'm standing is a hazardous place to stand, and I need to get out of there. Use my shortcut menu. Not have the mana for it currently. I guess I'm recovering mana faster than anticipated. Oh, but regardless of my mana use, there's also, you know, cooldown on the spell. So I guess it takes time to recover the use of it. Alright. Oh, that's right, I can heal. And we will activate these other abilities. Are my teammates doing any damage to this? Also, it's immune to stat effects. Oh, okay. We are in the tutorial area, so there's a ultimate ability, so I can hit the sticks together to do a major attack. That's right. I'm getting shades of Gods of War here. But God, that's gameplay going back to the PS2 era. We're talking like early 2000s. 2002, 2003, 2004. That was a PS2 game.
Well, wasn't expecting to fight an ogre today. Then again, I also didn't expect to learn that my gods are rampaging around and trying to end the world.
Ogre are
Just one of those
Darkspawn
days.
forms of Qunari. Like
Okay.
my character. So if I were to be corrupted, I would turn
Let's
into something like that.
See. Okay, okay. There we go.
Interesting response about Balara. Balara is our third party member, not counting Varric. She
Ooh,
has
what does
a...
that crystal do? Keeps the artifact powered. Focuses
I
the
would say her
magical
physical features
energy.
are
That's why these things
Vietnamese
still work,
looking,
thousands of years
or possibly
later.
possibly Thai, but I think more Viet, which not a lot of Southeast Asians presented of Southeast Asian phenotypes represented in fantasy games, but BioWare is a game that focuses on diversity. So they do want, and they have people working in the company from so many different backgrounds. It's not just white guys.
Right. I have questions.
I am the Nadas to Tithar.
Yeah, you're a fantasy version of an AI answering things, and just like Elon Musk's garbage one on Twitter. Yeah, basically useless.
So that's the Notister Thalin?
It was, or is, I mean. Crystal's broken though, needs fixing. It's kind of my thing, fixing magical stuff.
Balara has a bunch of
Strife and
tropes.
Irulan will wanna know
She's
about this.
the nerdy
And
one
the
of the
Blight,
squad.
And the Darkspawn.
The Tinker, your
Let me know
Q,
when you're ready to head to the Veil
in the party, but on the other hand, Balara goes out in the field and actually does things. So we have leveled up. And I have 1 skill point. So I believe my goal was to get this Chain Lightning ability. So I'm going to do this Greater Recovery skill. And now I have access to my companions. And I can increase their skills. So Balara is happy. And I'm going to modify this. Modify her Enabling Shot. Gonna move it up 2 steps. How about Scout Harding? Harding, didn't make any progress with Harding. Yeah, so if we look at the left, they have that, you know, companion relationship level. And she's level 2, whereas Harding is level 1. Because I've made some decisions that Harding didn't agree with. So our armor is this. Okay. So that highlights it that it's a relative new pickup. Okay. How about my equipment? I have Def Leathers. Okay, that's a strictly better armor set. So yeah, I'm going to equip that. And it also looks more stylish. The previous one was rather meh. And the mission is complete.
Ready to go?
So let's go. Yeah,
Great.
this game
Let's get moving.
generally
Come on.
is
I'll show you
not
the
a
way to the
real
mail
open
jumper.
world. There is an interconnected series of regions that you travel through fast travel and portals. But it is very mission based. You get when you're at the home base, the lighthouse, you get given a goal, and you can go forth and set up
16 on bed rest.
an
And some of
agenda.
our most
And you go out and
experienced
take care of that
fighters
mission
are
and then
still
travel home.
missing.
Although you might run into
Running out of bail
people
jumpers. Whatever's going on
or
out there
other things that
is
give you
scary.
side quests on the side. Pretty standard RPG stuff. Yes. Woman with the hat is Nev Gallus, street mage from the capital city. She has kind of a
Never reported
pulp
back from
noir
Demeter's
detective
Crossing.
vibe to
There are
her.
100 people living in that village, or near enough. You're back, and you're alive. Good.
Sounds like things have gotten a lot worse since we left.
Darkspawn. They're showing up all over Arlethan, attacking anyone in their path.
We've evacuated 3 daily settlements already.
We ran into Darkspawn too, near the Nodus Dirthalin.
Wait, you found the Nardus Darthalan? The archive spirit? We could ask it about the gods. Figure out their next move.
So this is an example of a decision where no matter what I say, it's not going to impact the direction of the story. There are choices that impact the direction of the story, but they're pretty few and far between. Decisions about how successfully you can get your companions to feel close to you, those matter.
Archive's broken. Won't tell us
Dalish
anything.
are the
That doesn't
elves
matter.
that live
Any
in the
Dalish
countryside
settlements
as
we can
opposed
save,
to
we should.
urban elves.
So far, we've been lucky and arrived just in time. But given how fast these Darkspawn are moving, it's only a matter of time till our luck runs out.
Well, it hasn't run out yet, so let's stretch it until it breaks.
If we could predict where they'd strike next, we might get ahead of them. But so far, they've been unpredictable.
Which leaves us with what?
Demeter's Crossing.
Some of the reviews for the game
Eerily
say that
strike.
the later
When we
armors
came
and
in,
even
you
a lot of
said
the
you
earlier
lost
armors
contact
are,
with Demeter's
quote,
Crossing.
over-designed
Check it out. The 3 of us.
with
I mean,
very intricate fashion.
I'm coming with you.
I
Nev,
think
you were
that's...
still shaky, and
I'm
I
coming.
think it's
Harding.
okay for fantasy worlds to
I don't
have
know
a
what
very
you're
strong
going to find
focus
there.
on fashion and
Likely
aesthetics in their
nothing good.
clothing.
But you'd be saving people, and it might get you on the trail of the gods.
Demeter's Crossing's on the far side of the lake. There's a small boat at the docks. It'll take you there. Watch your back out there. And good luck.
Mm-hmm. So I am still in the same area, but we do have our quest recap. So here it says, with the team's help, Bellara disabled the artifact and freed them from the Veil Bubble. we were trapped in that area because of its interaction with the dream world. She also uncovered an ancient repository of elven knowledge, the Nalas Thalin. While Belara intends to unlock its secrets, she has joined the team as they search for the escaped elven gods. I will be doing some reading in these recordings. I'm going to be bluntly honest. What I'm doing right now is vocal training, is focusing on getting my voice to be one that's more feminine as opposed to my natural voice. Now, my natural voice has a lowered larynx, but since, oh my gosh, I think I started vocal training in May or June of 2022, before I came out. Definitely before I was full time, when I was working in the call center. And I got to answer the phone a lot and do a lot with my voice. That's something I kind of miss while I'm working on this paper and while I'm working in my other job. Because that's just emails and it's not that fun. Oh, so after every adventure you get gear. So this is about a 30% increase in physical damage and a slightly higher stagger percentage for the longbow that Belara uses. But I'm not really paying that much attention to it. As long as numbers go up, whatever. That's good. That's progress. And so I am an ally now. I have access to a merchant. I can use some of that gold that I use.
Don't be shy. Take a gander.
So as I sell things, it enhances the resources and prestige of the factions. I am currently at the Veil Jumpers. My first character that I played was also a Veil Jumper. And you can use gold and resources you have collected to buy weapons, armors, accessories, materials, valuables and collectibles, and things to let you modify your appearance. But I don't think that's especially interesting, and they're resource intensive right now. So.
And now that we've met, do your best not to die, yeah? It can be rough out there.
That's the plan.
If it gets too rough, just...
So. Yeah, if you see that white diamond, that's an indicator. That is the objective. That is the general direction to get you to the next step of the quest. Follow the line. It's not always the case.
Is where Tevinter Magisters destroyed Arlathan City centuries ago. A whole lot of blood magic during the war.
What about now?
Whatever Solus did stirred up everything again. The old blood magic from the war, it never went away. Ancient relics appear out of thin air, ruins float. It's like an old wound that never healed, and now it's bleeding again.
So you aren't going to see the opening hour and a half of the game. I mean, if it's free, I'm pretty sure that the demo for the game lets you go through this. As long as you have a PlayStation. Oh, power crystals reappear at their initial position when damaged. Well, what damaged it? I just walked with it for a long while.
Ready to go?
Oh, hey, Nev. Oh, I gotta be careful the way I say that. Makes me sound like Tommy, what's his face? Tommy Wiseau from
Nev, you sure you're up for this?
The Room. Tommy
I'm
Wiseau.
fine. Couldn't sit still much longer.
I mean, that's a pseudonym. Tommy
Let's
the
go.
Bird. want to talk about an interesting case study of second language English users and how they use English in arts,
I've
Tommy
never
Wiseau
seen
would be a
fog
great
this
case
thick into
study.
Meadows
I'm not
Crossing.
kidding. The Room is, lots of people say it's a bizarre movie where characters don't act like normal human beings. I have seen plenty of media where people behave like that. It's called
This isn't
language.
right.
It's
The
language
dog
education
usually has
dialogues,
people bringing goods to
things
market,
that
bartering
people
and shouting.
listen
always
to or
busy.
watch in another
Something
language
happened
to help
here.
acquire the target language. And a lot of it's
Still
artificial and awkward sounding. It's not real people doing something real. And that energy permeates all of the room. Anyway, we're at Demetis Crossing, which is a ruined town that, what exactly destroyed it? Well, I mean, I know.
It's so quiet.
Too quiet.
Where is everybody?
It's Oh So Quiet. That's one of my favorite albums. Or no, singles
It's
from
market day.
Post,
People should be out selling eggs and buying
Bjork's
bread.
album.
But everything's just
I
abandoned.
love Bjork.
They barricaded the main
One of the
entrance into town.
very
There's
earliest
blight in there.
artists I fell
I
in
can
love
feel
with
it. Be careful.
back in '95. I think it was the first pop album I bought.
I think we can get in over here.
Yeah,
It's blight. Even worse than in the forest.
Let's keep everyone in. Mustn't let anyone out.
You okay? What happened here?
Keep them inside. Listen to the mayor.
Hello?
I don't think he can hear us.
Everyone has to stay. No, you can't leave.
Hey, can you hear me?
Just stay here. Everything will be fine. We'll be rewarded. All of us.
Someone used powerful magic to dominate the minds of these villagers.
the music and aesthetic. We're definitely looking at, you know, fantasy version of horror movies.
The town square.
We need to search for survivors.
Let's see what we can find. Fan out.
I'm not going to read all the documents in this game, but they're there.
Look at that. Is that an Aravel on the roof?
Blight must have lifted it up there.
Aravel appears to be some sort of flying ship. But as we saw in, well,
This
at the beginning of the game, you do
weird.
see a flying airship, which is used
Ever
by
seen
the
anything like it?
major city
Never.
to,
Blight's usually dead.
by the police to declare
Static.
law and order. It's
But
basically a
this is
fantastic version of a
alive.
police copter. And when I
Something
was
big. Stay
using
sharp.
that clip before, I did the
Over there.
whoop
Two more
whoop.
survivors.
It's the sound of the police gag.
Hey, what's going on here?
Find the veil jumpers. Bring them to the man.
They're talking about Jahel and Milva.
They said bring them to the mayor. If we find the mayor, then maybe we'll find your friends.
Why were they looking for veil jumpers? What did the mayor want with them? Look, more people.
Must get them inside.
We will be rewarded.
Dark and creepy room.
Milva!
Veteran video game players will know this is a likely place for a boss fight. But we didn't fight any minions or low-level goons.
Jahel! He's alive!
Here's some of the body horror. This is one of the
going to help you.
most
We'll get you down, Jahel.
negative, dark-toned areas in the game, to be clear.
The gods have returned. I saw them. I heard their voices.
The gods did this?
A blood ritual to release the blight. The villagers, they said they needed power. Valara, be careful.
To quote the Evil Dead 2, it's a trap. Get an axe.
Come on, that sounds close.
Okay, we made a circuit. And here's a dragon. Rook is not the brightest at all times.
Fresh blood, a hungry heart. Creature, come to me.
Gilnane is one of the two elven gods who our party has released onto the world in the process of stopping one of the evil elven gods, Solus, from destroying the separation between the spirit and between the dream world and the world of spirits, and where humanoids live.
I know you. You're the mayor of this town.
The village. The people. Are they,
Blighted. Dead. All of them.
You gave them to the gods, didn't you? Didn't you?
They were in my head. Infecting my thoughts. They made me do it. Please, help me.
You're not going anywhere until I get the full story.
I tried to protect people. You have to believe me. The gods told me to lure the Veil Jumpers to the center of town. The others were to be rounded up and kept safe. They would be the first to witness the glory of Gilnenane's new creation. She showed me gold. So much gold.
I'm going to show some righteous indignation.
All this for gold? The villagers, the Veil Jumpers, the Blights everywhere. Demena's Crossing is dead because of your greed.
I didn't know. You don't understand what it was like to hear those voices.
The gods exploited his greed and fear.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for him? I say we leave him right here.
But I'll die. The blight everywhere. What if the dragon comes back?
If we let you go, you'll run straight back to the gods.
They were in his head. Their influence might linger.
I understand what they do now. I won't be tempted again, I swear.
Rook, you're a Grey Warden. You could pack him off to Weishaupt as punishment.
Weishaupt is the headquarters of the Grey Wardens. which are the Darkspawn fighting faction that I was raised in. That the character Lainey was raised in. So, here is something that ostensibly matters. The game will give you a short summary of your decision. So, save the mayor, save him and banish him to the paramilitary group, and just leave him. The game does not really express any particular characteristics, but I'm going to pick banish him to the Grey Wardens. That's something I can't do myself.
No! I'll never survive that.
We take anyone, even murderous traitors like you.
It's more than you deserve.
You don't understand. I've felt their power. It's irresistible.
You're going to spend the rest of your life fighting Darkspawn. That's not enough to redeem you, but it's a start.
Oh!
Be grateful I'm even giving you this chance.
Ooh. Yeah, so he's going to end up being a hostile fighter. Or drinking Darkspawn blood, which is what Grey Wardens do to be inoculated from their blighted disease. And they feel the call to destroy Darkspawn, and at a certain age they go crazy and go down to the depths and die fighting.
They made plans to tap more of the Blight. All of it, to rebuild their empire. As a path to power, it had its costs.
These 2D animations, oh my god, do they look good. Just wonderfully realized art. And you get those at the after the climax of each chapter. We've got our fast travel. And we can travel. Yeah, these green little things are beacons, which are fast travel points. I can go to any of these at any time when I'm not in combat. Most games will shut off fast travel during combat. And yeah, I'm gonna take a break. So I'm gonna stop this recording, and I'm gonna come back to this in a little while, and we're gonna see some more dialogue and how the systems work in the game. But I'm really just waiting for a couple hours to get to the main point where I will have Rook make a very crucial decision for themselves. Working as even though I'm non-binary, I have one set of pronouns I prefer. I tolerate they them, but for me it's she her.